values, and then the database system feeds that data right here, and then it runs the outer query. This is the exact same as saying this, and then it runs the outer query, and oh god, cool, we have orders that have actually ordered that stuff. But wait, let's not mess everything up. This is called a subquery. You write a query that feeds data into an outer query that can feed data into an outer query that can rinse repeat. You can mess that until you go blind. I mean, really. Okay, why would we write a subquery? Well, I'll show you one instance where we have to. You might also write a subquery because you're trying to write a really huge, messy ad hoc query. You can get it in your mind. All right, wait, I want to do all this and get the tax ID number. If I have the tax ID number, I can feed it into this query to get a thing. It can help you construct queries. In rare cases, subqueries can even execute faster than join queries. It really just depends. You need to know how to do these. You following with what I'm doing so far, though? I'm still following the lines. Okay? So I figured out which inventory items were deep sky blue. I figured out which order lines, but I want to know which orders, so I'm going to say I'm going to feed order ID into order. So, and then in orders, I want to get the CID, the customer. So I'm going to say select CID from orders where order ID in, that's something we just got. I gotta remember I just said that. Select CID from orders. So I'm going to take all this, hit the tab key and push it over. Select CID from orders where order ID in, let's see, left parentheses, another right parentheses over here. So this gets me all those inventory IDs. They get fed into this query and it's executed. The results of which get fed into this query and executed. And we get those customers, 6, 5, and 1. So, given those customer IDs, right, I'm going to say where CID in, because that's what I got, was the list of CIDs returned from customer, select cust name. I think that's what it is. Customer name, probably. Fine.
You have an alias on there?
Oh, C last and C first. So I have to be a snowflake about that. Fine. C last, C first. Those people have ordered things that were deep sky blue. That's a subquery. Here's an interesting cognitive psychology thing for you. For some, a minority of you people in the class, you just found heaven. This made so much more sense to you than the joins. You're like, oh, this is easy. For the rest of us, we'll stick with our joins, but you tend to fall in one cognitive camp or the other. So there you have it. What's the secret to doing subqueries? Well, again, it's looking at the ERD and decomposing the problem. The problem was, what are the names of our customers who ordered deep sky blue items? Names of customers, deep sky blue. I'm going to start here and figure out which items, what's the inventory ID of those things so I can feed it into here. Right? And I'm going to figure out what order IDs match up to that to feed them into here. I'm going to get the CIDs out of this to feed it into there so I get the customer information. So you have to do some problem decomposition prior to formulating your query. In these simple classroom examples, this may seem silly, but trust me, in the real world, you're going to find yourself throwing together subqueries. Now, each one of these is a separate query, in that they can have join statements. They can be anything that you want. They're a query that is ran and results in a return set that feeds here. things to note, so please pay attention. This always equals this. These are the same thing. I might do something to it. I might name it something different, right? Like we do sometimes with foreign keys. But at the end of the day, this is the same thing. Where order ID is in a bunch of order IDs. Where CID is in a bunch of CIDs. In, not in, greater than, less than, evaluative statement. I'm doing something with that return set. Does that make sense? That's what subqueries are. Now, watch this. Select, oh wait, I don't want this. Fine, I'll do it though. Go back to your set of data that you used for this homework that you're going to use for this upcoming homework. So you don't have to flush your table check. I want to know the customer names where their annual revenue is greater than the average annual revenue. How do we like it? I got all that. Huh? Do you like it? Yeah? Is it going to work?
Doesn't the average have to be in the select segment?
Exactly. Or I'm going to reword it just a little bit. You can't have an aggregate function in a where statement. It's not going to work. It's going to be like, no. I have to use a subquery to answer this. I have to say, for annual revenue greater than select, which is where it should be, average annual revenue for customer. And obviously, I need to put in my subqueries have to be in parentheses. So the first thing it's going to do is pull out that average annual revenue. It will, just it says. And feed that in right here. Those are the customers whose annual revenue is greater than the average annual revenue. You can't have an aggregate function in the where statement. So while in many cases you can write a query using either joins or subqueries, in some cases you have to use a subquery. That's why you have to know this. So what does that mean like in tests? I don't know. If I care, I'll drive you in a direction. If I don't care, I can pretty much figure out the right answer in either direction. And if it's a case like this, which is my favorite query, where you can only do it one way, there's no way on earth I'm going to tell you which way to do it. I'll let you try and do that with an inner join all day long, right? Because I can be all the evil. That's what subqueries are. That's what these slides here are. Talking about nested queries, also known as subqueries. So in lieu of your book, that's what those couple of slides are, but that's all that we're doing. It's writing a query that feeds into query. If you know anybody who missed today, take mercy on them and help them out, because this is a bad one to miss if you don't know how to write queries. So what are you going to do for me over the next 2 weeks? Because we're not going to meet until after Thanksgiving. This Thanksgiving, right? I love Thanksgiving. Well, I've cooked Thanksgiving dinner for like 25 years now for my family. I mean, I am on point. Old-fashioned moist bread stuffing, right?